Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Rotoballer Radio Waiver Wire Series. Week 7, wide receiver position. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano. Happy to be with you here today as we take a look on a tough week. Week 6 in the past, couple of injuries in Week 6. Kadarius Toney leaves the game with an ankle. Paris Campbell catches a big touchdown and leaves the game for the Colts. T.Y. Hilton, who I want to be on my list today, he leaves the game with a quadricep injury, and then he got the bye weeks. Buffalo, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley. The Chargers, Mike Williams, who's been injured, Keenan Allen. Dallas and CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Shenault, Agnew, Marvin Jones. Pittsburgh and Chase Claypool. Minnesota and Osborne, Thielen, and Justin Jefferson, all on a bye for Week 7. Now, I'll talk about T.Y. Hilton quick, because if he turns around and plays, 4 catches, 80 yards, 4 targets in his first action of the season, dealing with the quadricep caused him to leave the game. So who knows what his status will be as the Indianapolis Colts are on the road in San Francisco next week. T.Y. Hilton, 39% rostered. My favorite ad of the week at the wide receiver position, Rashad Bateman, the rookie with the Baltimore Ravens. With Sammy Watkins out, there's a spot for Bateman to have a role in this Ravens offense. 28% rostered, Led the team along with Mark Andrews with 6 targets, 4 receptions, 29 yards. They were able to run the ball. Baltimore didn't have to throw it much. Only 6.9, but I like the target share he got for his first game of the season. Plays the Cincinnati Bengals. What could be a high-scoring game in Week 7. So take a look at Bateman, 28% rostered. Guys, Darnell Mooney is Justin Fields' favorite target. Let's just settle in on that for right now. Whether it lasts all year, that's a different conversation. But as Fields gets settled in as the week-in, week-out starter for the Bears, Darnell Mooney at 44% rostered, leads the team in targets again in Week 6 with 8, goes 5 catches, 45 yards, gets in the touchdown. He's now got 3 games over 12 fantasy points, 15.5 this week, Week 6, and faces that Tampa defense that we know we can throw against. Now, whether Justin Fields can put up numbers as a rookie against that Tampa pass rush, that's going to be interesting. But if they give him time, you know you can throw the ball down the field against the Buccaneers. Darnell Mooney continuing to lead that Bears offense in targets. Sterling Shepard of the New York Giants. Kenny Golladay out. Darius Slayton out. Toney out. Shepard returns. And listen, it was garbage time. I know this. The Rams blew the doors off the Giants. But you can't ignore 14 targets for Sterling Shepard. 10 catches, 76 yards. 17.6 fantasy points. He's gotten at least 17 points, fantasy points, in all 3 games he has played this year that he's been healthy. Left game 3, injured. Just saw him now. So weeks 1, 2, and Week 6, where he's been healthy all game, 17 or more fantasy points each and every time for Sterling Shepard, 51% rostered. A.J. Green and Christian Kirk. This Arizona offense is good enough to carry both of them. That's just it. And they got a slam dunk matchup to the Arizona Cardinals against the Houston Texans next week. A.J. Green and Kirk are both 44% rostered. Christian Kirk, 8 targets. A.J. Green, 6, both with 5 receptions, both with over 75 yards. Kirk with 75, A.J. Green with 79, and both with a touchdown in Week 6. It's a situation, though, with DeAndre Hopkins, you're kind of guessing a little bit, but I do believe this Arizona offense is good enough to carry both of them, as well as DeAndre Hopkins, James Conner, Chase Edmonds. Conner kind of taking over the primary back role there, if you're watching closely as well. But against Houston, Kyler Murray should be able to put up points. And with all those wide receivers on a bye, you're going to be forced to play either one of those Arizona wide receivers. A.J. Green finished with 18.9 fantasy points. Christian Kirk finished with 18.5. And both of them 44% rostered. My final wide receiver to add, Donovan Peoples-Jones of the Cleveland Browns. 1%er. Now, finished the game, 4 catches, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Goes against Denver next week. And I am fully aware that one of those touchdowns was the Hail Mary at the end of the first half. So there's a little bit of luck involved there, but he was targeted 5 times. Odell Beckham left the game for a little bit banged up, did come back. And now they play Thursday night, does Cleveland, against Denver with a completely beat up run game. I talked about that in the running back show. So they may be forced to be on their third and fourth string running backs, which means more on Baker Mayfield, who also left the game injured, but more on Mayfield trying to throw the ball and getting the ball to Peoples-Jones, Odell Beckham, and even David Njoku, who was a disappointment this week. If I'm listing it, it's actually Sterling Shepard number 1. The volume will be there, especially with the injuries mounting to the rest of the Giants wide receivers. Number 2, Darnell Mooney. The Arizona wide receivers are 3-4. Give me Bateman, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and then monitor the T.Y. Hilton injury situation before you put a fab bid in for him. All right, everybody, give me a follow on Twitter at @Aniano Fantasy. Head over to rotoballer.com. Sign up for any premium pass. Save 10% using the promo code ACES. Make sure you subscribe right here to the Rotoballer YouTube channel for all the great content and wherever you listen to your Rotoballer radio podcasts. All right? Stay smart. Stay safe. We'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.